Hi everyone, welcome back to part 24 of my TemTem playthrough. In the last episode, we went ahead and completed all of the backtracking and side quests that were available after we explored Tukma. It was pretty fun, but I'm really interested in moving forward with the storyline. Now the next place that we are actually going to explore is called Kisiva, and it is mostly a desert region. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to see a lot of different types of earth temtems or maybe a couple of melee temtems as well. Pretty exciting. I've been thinking about this, and as far as temtems go, I'll try to catch all of them that are currently existing in this route, but I believe there are a couple of temtems that are quite rare. Either way, I'm just going to mention their name and put a photo of the temtem right here on screen in case if they are super rare and I'm really not able to find them. But of course, here we are. This is where we were supposed to be before we are able to enter Kisiva. Now there are a couple of pathways. One is in the exact west side from here, but unfortunately that route is currently blocked. So the only way we are able to exit is towards the windward Kisiva, which you can actually see in the map right here. It's a pretty huge place and definitely is going to take us some time to explore it completely. But for that, of course, I have to just go ahead and go through the south exit. Unfortunately, because of the Bel Soto clan activities in Kisiva, the representative is actually trying to stop us, but we are actually the only help that Kisivans are getting, so we are just gonna go ahead and move to the south. At least she doesn't really completely ban us from taking the exit, which is really good, unlike the one in the west exit. Now this episode is actually going to be a bit longer. This is mainly because I want to go ahead and reach the next place, which is pretty far. But here we are, we have a cutscene of some sorts. We have the Bel Soto explorers here. Apparently they are in the wrong place and they have forgotten to bring the hooks that are used to kind of rock hop over here in Kisiva. That's alright. They're also complaining about how the general is going to be super mad at them. This is the first time we're actually hearing about the general. I wonder if we'll be able to actually defeat him or at least get to battle him at some point. Either way, it's time for me to go ahead and move on forward. Now, I have not yet checked the map, but I think we can actually go ahead and check it out once we have battled these two tamers here. Here we have a new temtem called Osukand. I hope I'm just pronouncing it right. It's actually a earth and melee temtem. You'll be able to find its pre-evolution right here in Kisiva. I think it takes around 10 to 15 levels to evolve, and if you are actually interested in having a earth temtem in your team, this one is pretty good. There are some other earth temtems that are better than this one, but they also have their own dual typing. So I guess it just depends on which temtem typing that you need for your team. In my case, I'm thinking about adding this one to my team. I still have about this whole region worth of time to kind of decide. But if you really do not want to decide and you would just rather have its pre-evolution, you can definitely go ahead and catch it right here in this area itself. The main reason I'm doing this is because I want to go ahead and switch out Saipat. If you didn't know, Saipat is actually part water and melee. Unfortunately, my starter, Tental, is also going to evolve into a mental / water type temtem. So it kind of becomes redundant or duplicate. So I would rather just remove Saipat and try to find some other temtem. In this case, I think the Oshukan is a really good temtem to add to my team. In any way, it seems that we have our first new temtem here, Goti. This one is actually a neutral temtem and is pretty cool. It does evolve into a neutral temtem as well, only one stage evolution. but in my case I really don't need it, so I'm not going to add it to my team. Now usually I'm not too worried about my team members, but for a long time I just have 5 TemTems in my team, and the last 2 TemTems that I am deciding to actually add are only found in the 6th region, which is the last one. So until then I probably will just have these 5 TemTems, maybe with a bit of a change. We also have another new TemTem here, which is Kuri, and you'll be able to find it pretty fast considering that it is quite common. Thankfully I have already caught it through trading, so I really don't have to catch another new one. As all the other parts that we have seen before, we have a ton of new tamers. Before this we just had normal tamers, but now that we have the storyline with Belsoto clan, we are going to actually find a lot of them here on Path. I am really not sure how to feel about this because they're actually replacing all the other unique tamers that we could actually find. Either way, I'm just going to go ahead and try to battle all the tamers. As you might know, the next dojo is coming up pretty soon, and I definitely have to level up my team members. They're at a pretty good level now, but I'm hoping to have them around level 55, which at this point though I'm really not sure. Hopefully I'll be able to get it, especially if the levels of these tamers are a bit higher. If not, it's totally fine. Also, as a clue, the next dojo will have a lot of TemTems. So if you do have water TemTem in your team, or grass TemTems, or nature TemTems in this case, that will actually help a lot. Thankfully I do have 2 TemTems, that is Saipat and Tentil. I'm also pretty sure that Saku will be able to help in as well. But it is going to be pretty tough as the other dojos were. It's going to be pretty exciting. Now Morphlank here is actually the evolution or the final evolution for the TemTem that we have seen before. I'm really not sure if it's a dual typing, but I'm pretty sure it's a neutral typing. Let me know in the comment section if you have used this TemTem in your team. I'm also trying to make sure that I do collect all of the stickers. I believe the next time we'll be able to talk to the lady is when we do collect around 35 stickers, which I probably would have already got 35 stickers. But either way, I'm just going to explore Kisiva and then head back. At some point we will have some new updates for older quests, and we are able to kind of do some backtracking, and when I do that I'll go ahead and try to complete all the quests that are actually available. Here we have our next pair of Belsoto clan members. Apparently there are different rankings in these. Some of them are captains, some of them are just normal tamers. It's pretty weird. I'm really not sure how the ranking system works, but they are always in a pair for most of the time. They're also pretty tough, or maybe it's just that I'm not using the right TemTem over here. Either way, let's see if this will take them down. Alright. Now as far as side quests goes, there are a couple of them that I had just completed, but there was one that I ignored, which is for a big group. You'll be able to complete that side quest pretty easily. As long as you have a female Babava, you'll be able to go ahead and probably breed it with one of the other TemTems that you have available, probably in your team itself. I'm really not sure which ones you can actually I guess breed it with, but there are a couple of TemTems that you can actually use. I will check on that offline and let you all know soon. Another thing is that I will not be completing that side quest right now. There are a couple more side quests that we'll get in the future, which includes breeding of other TemTems. So I think I'll go ahead and keep it for the end and just try to breed all of these TemTems one after the other. That might be a easier way. Plus, we will also get some pretty unique items in the future that will actually help you improve your breeding as well as make it much easier. So I think I'll wait until I get some of those items. Right here we have an option to go down, but we still haven't gotten the gear to kind of climb the walls, so I guess we'll be ignoring that, which I believe we'll get that equipment pretty soon. Either way, I guess I forgot to put up a scent. I actually completely forgot about the feel item that will actually completely heal up all of your TemTems. Either way, here we are. This is Vambi, the new region or the new town name. And apparently we have resistance over here for the Bel Soto clan, which is really good. Probably our next thing to do will be joining the resistance and trying to help the Kisivans to go ahead and defeat other Bel Soto clan members. Exploring Vambi itself, we have a new quest right here. Alright. Seems like she is a inventor and wants us to go ahead and, I'm guessing, give her a egg. This is another one of those quests that I was just talking about. This one needs a Gallius egg, which I believe you might have already caught and do have in your box. Gallius is actually the part crystal and part melee type TemTem. And I'm really sorry if you hear me mispronounce some of these names. They are very difficult for me to actually pronounce, but I will definitely try my best to pronounce them right. Either way, the next thing I did was head into the Temporium. That is where the resistance leader is. Oh, here is the leader, Musa, who is also the dojo leader here. That is the dojo master. So we will be battling Musa pretty soon. It's gonna be pretty tough, but for now we probably have to help him. In this case, that would be going into the tunnel to, I guess, kind of remove Bel Soto clan from there. I'm really not sure what she said. I was not listening to that conversation, but I do get where I'm supposed to go. It's pretty easy considering that the map really points it out to you. But the cave is right here. This is where we're supposed to go. Once you do enter, you will have one battle with Bel Soto clan, and that's all. Here they are, Bel Soto attacker and the captain. So all you have to do is defeat them and they will clear out this tunnel. Apparently this tunnel is actually a shortcut to another town right here in Kisiva, which is called Yuhuru. I'm sorry if I butchered that name, but that town is pretty important, and that is eventually the last destination for Kisiva. For now, the tunnel is definitely going to be blocked, but that's alright. We are just going to go ahead and explore the rest of the region and finally reach over there. The TemTems are definitely pretty tough. They're at level 47, which is quite close to my team. And we are definitely getting hit really bad. I mean, it's understandable. I am not really using my right TemTems. Should probably have bought out Anatan, and for some reason I did not. For Platinumos, I think having Genki up in front would have helped, or in this case, Saku is fine as well. It is a nature type TemTem. But thankfully, they will go down regardless of whether you actually hit them or not. This is because of the stamina mechanism. It is definitely super helpful. Alright, I'm just going to focus on Platimos and try to take it down. The opponent Saku is really not that scary. I did have to skip one turn with Saipat, but for the second one, we are able to take down the Saku. Unfortunately, Saipat went down as well. That's alright. That goes down, so we do get a bunch of experience. Nowadays, I'm really not missing out on the experience like I did back in the dojo. Missing out on experience would mean that I would be missing out on leveling up my team members, which is pretty bad. Definitely need to stop myself from being reckless with the stamina. Either way, the battle has gone pretty well till now. I mean, we did lose a couple of TemTems and that might have been my fault. I was really not using the right one. For sure, here I should have just switched into Anatan. That would have been much better. For some reason, I really did not think of it. But now that I'm really getting more on the typing, I'm able to kind of switch into the right TemTem. At least not in this episode, but I have actually recorded a couple more of them and come to a better understanding. Either way, there we go, we have defeated them. This means that they will be falling back and they have cleared out from this tunnel. Unfortunately, they destroyed the tunnel itself, as you can see right here. Sadly, we have that way blocked. But we have around 2 new TemTems right here in the tunnel. Both of them are only Earth TemTems and are pretty, I would say, good. Grumble here will actually evolve into Earth part Electric TemTem. So if you want to have a unique TemTem, you can definitely go ahead and catch this one. In my case, I'm just going to go ahead and add it to my box. It might help me at some point, considering that we do have the functionality of keeping it for trading. I mean, you'll be able to go ahead and get some money for exchange of these TemTems. Here we go. Energy reserve straight. That's a new one I'm actually seeing. Either way, let me try to find out the second one. It's a bit rare, but I should be able to encounter it. Here it is. Now, I would recommend going ahead and catching this TemTem right here, even if you are not catching it for your team, considering that we have a side quest where we'll have to give this TemTem to a particular NPC. So if you're planning to use this one in your team, go ahead and catch a second one just to complete that side quest. In my case, since I'm not adding this TemTem to my team, I think this one will be just for that side quest. Unfortunately, I did have a bit of trouble trying to catch it, as half of my team members are already fainted, but that's alright. Thankfully, I was able to catch it right here. Alright, those are the TemTems we have in this area or in this small tunnel. So we are just gonna go ahead and head outside. It might seem that we have very less TemTems to catch, but that is definitely not true. There are a couple of TemTems that are very rare in the upcoming regions or upcoming sections, so we will have a bit of a trouble over there. Once we do come out, it seems that Musa is finally happy with our work and is actually asking us to go ahead and come to his dojo so that we can actually prove ourselves. I'm really not sure why we have to do that, considering that we were probably the backup they were expecting from Tukma. I mean, there is still Captain Kohli who's supposed to make his way here, but I'm really not sure when they're gonna actually come here. Either way, that is the only thing left to do, that is challenge the dojo master. Initially, when I was recording or playing this episode, I saw that it was just half an hour, so I decided to go ahead and go through the dojo today. At least I will go until I reach Musa, and if we have enough time, we might go ahead and complete the dojo in today's episode as well. Now, since this is the Earth dojo, and unfortunately because of what happened with Belsoto clan, apparently there are some new changes made to the dojo, so we have to actually go through the quicksand to move forward. we do get some free items in the dojo itself, which I definitely want to go ahead and take. Hopefully I'll be able to find the right path. By the way, I really do not know which is the right path. I'm just going through the one that I feel like is the correct one. Seems like we are in a chamber with 2 tamers, so I'm just quickly gonna go ahead and battle them both. Most of these tamers in the dojo are, as usual, optional. But in my case, I'm just going to go ahead and defeat them for the sake of leveling up my team. Either way, we have a new TemTem here, Octonox, which is, I believe, Path Earth and Toxic TemTem. It's pretty powerful, but I believe it doesn't evolve either, so it probably is just a 1-stage TemTem. It's pretty nice, but not something I'm looking out for. I definitely need a Toxic TemTem in my team, but I have a specific TemTem in my mind who I think I'll be able to find in the 6th region. I am really not sure how I'm going to grind them up and bring them up to the same level as my team are, but hopefully it isn't too tough. For now though, we're just gonna go ahead and battle these TemTems. The fun part is that we see a lot of neutral TemTems here in the dojo tamers. So I'm guessing that Musa himself will also have a couple of these normal neutral TemTems. Pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure Tentel will be able to handle most of these, and Saku should be able to use its wind type moves as well. Hopefully all of these TemTems are enough, the ones that I do have in my team. Either way, I definitely have to go ahead and heal them up. I'm not really trying to waste too much money with this one. As you might know, the money in this game is pretty less for all of these tamers. The only time you'll get more money is if you complete a particular side quest or you defeat a important character, like maybe your rival or maybe the dojo master. In this case, we have a tamer who also has a request with us. He does have the exclamatory mark, so I'm pretty interested in that. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and talk to all of the tamers in this dojo and come back to him on a later stage. I'm really not sure how big this side quest is going to be as well. Ooh, Valesh, huh? That's a pretty cool TemTem. It is part neutral, so it's understandable that he does have this one here. Crystal Dust is pretty bad for Kazuma, but thankfully I'm able to take it down without too much issue. I guess I have to keep it in mind. Crystal type moves are super effective against electric type TemTems. Now we did have an option to ask who's Elizabeth, but I completely ignored that. At some point I guess I'll go ahead and just ask him the question. Next up we have 2 more tamers here, and it seems that we are going to another room. I'm always keeping an eye out as we do have a couple of really good items in this dojo itself. For these 2 tamers, we do have Rakesh, which we have seen before and are yet to actually find. I believe we'll be able to find this in an area called Taro Desert, which will come up in Kisiva itself. Although I must say we'll only be able to find its pre-evolution, which is Peko. As for Zizari, we have seen it before and have caught it as well. Let's see which 2 TemTems are up next. Ooh, Heat Discharge is a really good trade as it does burn the opponent when the TemTem goes down, which actually happened to Saipat here. We do have Madrid, which we have seen before. It's pretty easy to take care as long as you do have a water type TemTem outside. As for Scrunch, you just need a TemTem with mental moves, or in my case Tentel would do as well. There we go. Madrid goes down. Ooh, unfortunately, so does Gazuma. Savage Flux is a really good move. It's quite effective on most of the TemTems that I do have. It's not super effective, but the damage done is pretty good, so I do have to be a bit careful. But as long as you do have a mental TemTem like maybe Hocus, or in my case like the starter Tentil, you should be pretty good. Right, let me switch some TemTems around and just go to the next part. Alright, there we go. We are at the entrance of the next room. Ooh, this one is confusing. But if you do follow the way that I am jumping in, you'll be able to come to this room, which is quite important. Because regardless of which one you jump into, you'll at the end up to this room. Let's quickly go ahead and just defeat the two tamers that are here. Because if I don't defeat them now, at some point in the future, I might have to defeat them. Ooh, Valkyrie and Acronox. Pretty tough TemTems right here. Although both of them are part of TemTems and shouldn't be too tough. I'm actually surprised to see a lot of these tamers have multiple TemTems in their team. It's understandable that they would have one or two, but considering that they do stand in a group, it makes it much more difficult. Especially if you do have final evolution TemTems like Valkyrie here. It's pretty tough. That's alright. Up next we have another new one. Karin. I believe it's evolution of Koti, which we have seen before. Just in the region we explored in. I believe it was called Wayward Kisiva. That's alright. I really must bring out Saipat at this point. For some reason I did not. But that's alright. We do have a Taifu. I'll be able to at least take it down. Going with Meteor Storm. And there we go. Taifu goes down as well. One more TemTem left. I might have to go back to heal up my team at this point. Using high pressure does actually seem effective. So Koti might be part neutral and part earth TemTem. This is a dead end, so I definitely have to head back. Ooh. I'll just go ahead and revive or use bombs on the ones that are still out there. It seems like I am in another path which at the end has a item. Let me quickly go ahead and defeat this tamer to pick up that item. Ooh, there's another new TemTem right there, which is Wolfie. It's part earth and nature TemTem. Pretty unique. If you are thinking of switching out your Saku or any other nature TemTem that you do have, Wolfie is a really good earth TemTem as well. It's quite strong and does get some really great moveset. So you can definitely go ahead and use it. Unfortunately, I do not have the right TemTems to take these two down. Hopefully, it doesn't create much of an issue. Ooh. Alright, Saipat survived, which is good. I did bring out Anatan. I'm going to go ahead and use Tsunami. Hopefully that should take out Rakesh. And it does, which is pretty good. Wolfie goes down as well. There we go. That was pretty scary. Definitely have to go back and heal up. I'm actually planning to go ahead and talk to that one NPC who had a quest for me. And here I am. Here is Jeremy. And I asked the question of who is Elizabeth. He does explain that that is his sister who is hiding out in Tukma. Alright. She is in Badlands with her boyfriend and he is quite concerned about it. So we do agree to go ahead and keep an eye on her. Or most probably in this case, we're just visiting her to make sure that she's okay. Either way, that's a quest that I will take up at some point. For now, we are back in this room of a lot of swirling quicksands. There is a way to actually reach the dojo master, but my main goal would definitely be just going ahead and getting all of the items and defeating all of the tamers before I do anything. Here we are with the first 2 tamers for that room. Ooh, here is Grumper, which is the evolution of a TemTem that we have just caught back in the tunnel. Unfortunately, with the TemTems I have up in front, I really would not be able to do much damage, so I might have to switch out. Pyko is the pre-evolution of Rakesh and it is super cute. I think you would agree if you did see the walking animation for that TemTem. It's just hilarious. Either way, regardless of it, I was able to take it down. The only thing is that I have to be careful about the other TemTems that are coming out. Right, let's see how this goes. I feel that most of these battles are just tougher because I am stubborn enough to not switch out into the right TemTem when it comes to it. Or it might just be me force training these TemTems out here in the front to level up to catch up with its team members. Either way, here's the last TemTem. This might be a bit tough. Now, Ninja Jujutsu is a pretty weird move. No matter how many times I do use it, it doesn't seem to do that big of a damage. I'm actually surprised. I was really hoping that it would be a super cool move that would actually do more damage, but apparently not. That's alright. At least I will try to use the other moves in this case. I think it's over 1 hour now. I'm just thinking of defeating Musa to the next episode. We might just go ahead and clear out the rest of the tamers in this dojo and leave it to that. I'm pretty sure if I do try to add the main battle, it might take another half an hour. Either way, let me go ahead and switch out my team a bit and see where to go next. Ooh, wrong one. Going back. Whoops. Here we are. Going through the left side, we get 2 tonic, which is really nice. And another item, which is 2 smoke bombs. And in this junction, we probably have to go down. Yep. And go to the right, which will come back to where we were. I would definitely say follow this pathway which I'm using right here to get all of the other items. After this one, to be honest, I did not just stumble by chance on those items. Those were me calculating where I was supposed to go by looking at the internet. I was really frustrated after just running around randomly. But thankfully at this point I do have a path. It seems that we are almost there, but there is definitely one more pathway that I have to take before going to Musa. I might actually go ahead and go through that one. Now, even though we did reach the dojo master here, I did make my way back. Alright, let's go through the probably top one. Not this one either. And here, we're somewhere in the middle of the room. Right. Nope, this is the wrong one. We have already gone through this one as well. But going through the way that I am going right now will actually help you go through the right one at some point. Alright, going through the right one, it comes back. Nope, not this one either. This is just trial and error, by the way. After some time, I am back right here, and right next to this trainer, I went to the south. Nope, this is not the right pathway either. I clearly remember there is one path that I'm missing. Let me actually look it up in the internet. Alright, we are back here and going down. Definitely not this path either. By the way, till now I was partially looking at the internet. I was really not trying to follow a certain guide, but at this point it seems that I definitely would have to see the guide. Alright, there we go. I think I did the right choice this time. I was actually looking into the guide, and you might have seen a area where there were a couple of items. That is where I am trying to go. To be really honest, the pathway in the internet is a bit confusing. They do give you step by step on where you're supposed to go, but the directions are a bit wrong. But at the end, I was able to come to the place I was talking about. This is the last two items that you'll be able to find in the dojo, where you have to actually face this trainer first, of course. That's alright. Let me quickly go ahead and defeat this tamer and get those two items. This is also the last tamer for this dojo. After this, the only thing you would have to do is make your way back and head out to the dojo master and defeat him. Although I must say this tamer is pretty tough. A Rolder is a part neutral and part earth TemTem. You'll once again be able to find this TemTem in the Taro Desert. Unfortunately, it's pretty rare, about 5% in a very small cave in the middle of the desert. But if you are interested in adding it to your team, it's a really cool TemTem. For now though, I definitely would have to switch out Saipat. Let's see how this goes. Saipat did go down right here. Unfortunately, I guess it was kind of my fault since I did not switch into Gazuma. But Grumper goes down as well. The other Tentil is still out. I'm not too worried about it. Let me go ahead and try to take it down with Chain Hit. I believe Anatan will learn a new move pretty soon. After all, it has had Chain Hit for a long time. I mean, as far as I remember, it had that move when I did get this TemTem. But there we go. Those are the two last items. Right. The only thing left for me to do is go ahead and head back outside. Alright, that's all I had for this episode. We have reached the next town called Vambi, and we are right here in front of the dojo master, who I will be taking down in the next episode. It's gonna be super exciting. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please put a like, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to my channel, as it really helps me a lot. If you'd like to support me more on Patreon or Ko-fi, check out the links in my description, and I'll see you all in the next one.